Welcome to Burnt Cookbook Party, an original Pathfinder campaign set in a unique fantasy world where 4 heroes of varying skills, attractiveness, and stupidity race against time to prevent a war. I'm Jenna Stoeber, and I play Astra, a yaddled half-elf oracle who's exactly who she says she is. And I'm joined by...
Andrew Hansen playing Janni Innaj, a sarcastic, scheming, smoldering Ifrit, delighted by secrets and destruction.
Caitlin Stayduhar playing Patty Hertz, a ratfolk ranger dandy with a nose for gossip and cheese.
And I am Paul Luetkemeyer playing Chase Sullivan.
No! It's just a regular guy!
Where did that come from? Oh. No, I'm playing Zelf the Elf, a battle chef carving a name for himself in the high-stakes world of magical cooking.
And we're, of course, led today and for the rest of all time by our illustrious GM and world builder, Justin Green. Justin, are any of the Christmas characters going to reappear in the main timeline ever, do you think?
Oh, man.
How worried should I be about that?
There's been a little bit of talk about this in the Discord, but I think that it would be incredibly destructive. I feel like they would instantly come in and things would get much worse.
too much Christmas energy.
I mean, it feels like if any of the characters from the Christmas one-shot exist in this world and always have, it does feel like Tingle.
I mean, yeah, probably.
It's always been there.
Perception checks have never been high enough.
Some entity that just exists through time and space watching.
We get a flashback montage of all the times that Tingle was just on a tall object looking out at the scene.
Although a candy cane man would be pretty disruptive.
He would fit in Mjolnir, though. Eating his own hand every time. He'd be a celebrity instantly.
And Skeleton with a gun, I feel like slots in pretty succinctly.
Skeleton with a gun is just a universal archetype. It exists everywhere.
Every show should have a skeleton with a gun once or twice.
Every holiday.
Every holiday, oh my God. Valentine's Day.
Cupid with a gun.
Cupid with a gun.
Cupid with a gun. I feel like that's money. That's a good idea. We have to get that into the podcast before somebody else gets it. We'll start tonight by catching up a bit with Astra. Astra, your valiant attempt to jump from Small Bleb's cleaning pod into Johnny Brightchild's failed. You were weighed down by your armor. You began sinking very quickly into the depths of the ocean. You had maxed out all of your spells and abilities, your hero point, trying to win a pissing match with Small Bleb.
Worth it.
As the cleaning pods are getting further and further, and it is feeling increasingly less likely that Johnny Brightchild, who is currently inside of an extremely heavy suit of armor and cannot swim himself, might not make it to you in time. What is going through Astra's mind in these potentially final moments?
Oh, that's a great question. I think as she's sinking, I think what she thinks to herself is not, God, I should have put points in swim.
No.
Because that's too meta. I think what she thinks to herself is, if only I had more power. If only I had the right spell. If only I could have done something about this. And then she thinks, well, the world will reset anyway.
All right, cut the episode there. That was a great line.
Astra, you are struggling to hold onto consciousness. As your body settles onto the seafloor, you see Manny Meadowsweet, of all people, in the distance, riding towards you on some crazy water horse. But before he can reach you, something intercepts him. He flails wildly against some unseen attacker for only a few moments and then falls still. The hippocampus turns and swims off towards where it came from, and you realize your only hope of rescue is leaving with it. In your last moments, you feel the cold hands of death embrace you.
Oh my God.
They're a lot smaller than you thought they'd be, and multiple of them. And then darkness overcomes you. Everything goes black. And then, like a shot of adrenaline coursing through your veins, you're awake again, but you're on land and you're choking out water. It's not clear where you are or how much time has passed. You are on an uncomfortable stone bench in a long hallway of a stone building that's unfamiliar. And it is cold here, a cold that chills you straight through your bones. And worse, it is somehow also damp here. Your wet clothes make the temperatures so much worse, and you can tell you are not going to be drying here naturally anytime soon.
Perpetual dampness. Is she in hell?
Beaded's clothing is at such a risk for molding if you don't dry it properly and thoroughly. Yeah, I mean, she's going to try to clear the water from her lungs and look around. Is there anybody here?
There are. Why don't you make a perception check to take in your environment?
Yeah, let me just do that. That'll change everything. Rolled a 1.
Of course.
She's had a rough go.
Yeah, she was dead. No one can blame her.
Got a 6, Justin.
Oh, man.
Got a 6.
You are hacking and coughing on the ground. People are walking past you and they're looking like, what is this girl doing? Nobody is stopping to help you. You, even with a natural 1, can notice 2 very obvious things. One is that there are a variety of devilish or impish type of creatures in this area.
Uh-oh.
A lot of blue scaly skin. You see a couple ice mephits like you encountered in Phenolin. There doesn't seem to be just elves or dwarves or your normal races. The other thing that you clock easily is that out of a nearby window, you see that the sky itself is an ocean. A roiling, dangerous pool of water instead of a normal sky. It's very alien looking. You don't know where you are, but you are pretty certain that you are not on Irisol anymore.
Seems bad.
Yeah.
The last time we saw Mephits is during the battle for the ley line.
Oh, in the stadium, right?
Yeah, the sports ball.
They would come out of the ice sculptures that were created when someone was sacrificed.
Shit. Okay. Seems like a bad sign.
Familiar in a bad way.
Yeah. Well, Astra is going to try to gently wring as much water out of her clothes as she can, and that's probably why she doesn't see much of anything. And she's going to, I think she's going to be at pretty high alert, because these Mephits, she remembers them being pretty aggro. So, but I do think she's worried about how many spells she's used up. So I do think she's going to withdraw her sword, keep that in hand in case there's any credible threats that she wants to dissuade from engaging. I'm going to check out the hall.
You are able to wander around the hallway without anybody really stopping you or taking notice or really caring what you're doing. They have business to attend to. They're very focused and heading towards particular directions. Eventually, though, a ice mephit with a furrowed brow carrying a logbook floats up to you, and they flip it open kind of boredly, find the page that they're looking for, and they're like, Clytemnestra Blep.
Oh, yeah? That's me.
Follow me this way. Your case will be heard in 1 hour.
My case?
Oh my god, the fact that this is a fucking bureaucracy kills me.
My case? What do you mean, my case? Am I in hell? Do you have to tell me if I'm in hell?
It's like you have to tell me if you're a cop.
That should be a rule. 2 rules. You have to tell somebody if you're a cop or it's entrapment, and you have to tell them if you're in hell or it's lost.
The court will be determining if you're qualified to become Ebnir's new demigod.
So I am in hell. I'm gonna ask a question that I think you're probably gonna think is stupid, but it would be negligent of me not to. Did I die?
Oh, most certainly you died.
Oh.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, you couldn't have said it in a gentler way. That's so okay.
Nobody becomes the demigod of Ebnir without dying.
Oh,
It's just part of the process. You have to follow the steps in order.
but I'm probably not like really dead. I'm probably not like super dead, right? Like, like how sometimes people are like, they stop breathing and it's like, oh my God, they're dead. But like, they're actually fine, and then you pat them on the back a little, and they like vomit up the water, and they're fine.
Just holding their breath.
Yeah. Or like how you know how like when you sleep, it's kind of like you die a little bit.
What?
Is it kind of like how dead am I? Would you say like irreversibly? Or?
You meet the legal definition of dying as stated by the headwaters, the highest upstream court in the plain of Ebnir, and the true source of all law.
Oh, headwaters. Okay.
Law.
Yeah, incredible.
One of his domains is law, right? He's like the sea and law.
Yes, one of his domains is also evil.
Well, I wasn't going to list that when it didn't seem relevant, Paul, but thank you.
Thank you for bringing it up.
Thank you, Paul. You're right.
If I remember correctly, he's also the god of throwing like really kick-ass parties and having like cool hang sessions. Lesser known domains, but those are probably amongst them.
Fucking god of hang sessions. We'll come back to that.
You're probably not dead, right? You're not here because you're dead. You're here because you like work here.
That's correct. The methods were from this plane of existence.
Okay. So if I see other people here, does that mean they're also dead? How many people are up for the position?
Right now, it's just you, but you're going to have to prove yourself to some of the other candidates.
Oh.
Your representatives are waiting for you in meeting room 86.
Hey.
Dun-dun. Law and order sound.
Insert Law and Order sound.
Gotta get a gavel in here for the Foley.
I'm worried about what this case is going to involve.
Why? Do you think they've got dirt on Astra? Has she done things? Like,
I mean, I think we can all agree evil is like one of his lesser domains. So I think it's going to be a lot of ocean stuff.
Aquatic knowledge.
times you littered in the ocean.
Yeah.
I mean, the court can certainly accuse Astra of something. Whether or not she's guilty of it is the whole point of the court.
Unprovable.
Yeah, and that's what I'm worried about vis-a-vis bullying. For context, for the other people on this podcast and potential listeners, Dungeons and Daddies did a minor court arc as well. And I voice guested the lawyer. Now the tables have been turned.
Fully flipped.
How does it feel to be the accused?
It's alarming. It's alarming to be in it. This is a much different vibe, though, because I'm a good person, so it's not even going to be a problem. So, yeah, Astra will go forward with this method into the meeting room.
So say, my name is Flo. If you need anything, I'm a clerk here at the court, and I can get you whatever you need. They lead you to a small meeting room. Inside is just a large gray stone table, but sitting at it is Patty Hertz, Zelf the Elf, and Janni Innaj.
Janni Innaj?
Janni Innaj.
Oh.
What?
I don't love that. For a moment, I was like, oh, am I like imagining them as like part of my trial? But if Janni Innaj is here.
That's not what you would have been imagining.
No. So I think Astra is really confused and concerned and doesn't know what is happening.
Her dreams could just be messed up.
Yeah. I just got Innaj on the brain.
Sometimes that happens, right?
Innaj is definitely like the lion, right? But between Patty and Self, which one is the scarecrow? And
I think the one that needs a heart is probably Self. I'm sorry to say.
No, you got it. Justin, do we know where we are, or were we just basically, we're in a room now and the Waystone brought us there?
You guys can make a perception check, or if you have knowledge planes, roll that instead. Same for you, Astra. If you have knowledge planes, I'll give you that.
Oh, I got a lot of knowledge planes.
Justin, I got a 23 on knowledge planes.
Me too.
Hey,
I got a
sweet
21 on my perception check.
Nice.
Patty, you don't know a lot about planes, but you have the distinct familiar feeling that you felt when you briefly went off planet as part of your own ascension to a demigod.
I suspected that would be the case.
It's not similar at all to where you went with Hibdal, but the way that the air is different, the way that the sky is different, it is that bizarre feeling of no longer being on your home planet.
Getting outer space vibes in here, guys.
Zelf, you know as part of activating the Waystone that you are in the plane of Ebnir.
Whoa. Oh.
You know that the planes exist kind of parallel to each other. If there is life active here, you're probably on the planet that gives the source of Ebnir's magic.
That is so cool. I love that.
Oh, yeah.
Does Astra look like a ghost? Is she like see-through, or does she have a halo or something?
Ooh. Oh, yeah, I'm a little saint.
She's not a ghost like Patty was kind of like a disembodied spirit, or she saw all these disembodied spirits. Astra is not like that. Astra is just Astra at this point.
Fine.
Your regular old Astra body. Sorry.
Astra's first instinct upon realizing this information is to be thrilled that she is now part of the Outer Space Club. They've all made it. They've all been to space now.
Finally, Astra's turn.
Space.
The playing field is even again. We've all been to space now. It's not a big deal.
That's right. The space race is over.
But as soon as she sees these three, she's going to freeze up a little and be like, "Are you guys dead too? Did we all die? If so, why hasn't it looped for us?"
I don't think I'm dead.
No.
I mean, I don't smell like a corpse, do I? And Patty's going to give herself a sniff. Like, no, I still smell amazing.
Well, then how are you guys here?
We got the waystone from the ministry. It brought us here for this.
Why is Janni Innaj with you?
Good question.
Hey.
Don't hey me. We're not on hey terms.
Janni Innaj wants to help. He wants to complete the new pantheon.
Okay.
Janni Innaj won't leave. Everywhere I turn, there he is.
Patty saying that gives Astra some comfort because the way Zelf is being is like, oh, they're both evil. Zelf is somehow now just fully evil.
Yeah, who knows?
Yet again, we're stuck with gross Johnny. It's just, I'm getting real sick of this guy.
Astra, I have two things to say. First of all, I want to apologize on behalf of Johnny's squad for letting you meet your end in Neptus.
Yeah, that wasn't great. We had a lot going on, though, so sorry.
That's
sorry
true.
about that, but yeah.
Well, it could have been any of us, but the principle stands that as your friends, we left you alone. And the second thing I have to tell you is that the demigod of Lunas told us that they wanted to make you the vessel of Ebnir.
Which, honestly,
Yeah.
an amazing opportunity, right?
Oh,
Wow, come on.
Come on.
Come on.
he's got a bridge, an underwater bridge to sell you.
No.
Astra, just think about it carefully, though. Like, just make sure that, it's a lot of responsibilities. It seems like it's going to be a lot of fun. You're like, I'm going to have powers. I'm going to go to space. And then the money starts rolling in, and that feels really good. That everyone's worshiping you. But then you're having to make these decisions about who lives and who dies, and then you're having to punish them when they misbehave. It's just, think through it. Think through it.
Well, I mean, I don't think I'm a good candidate.
Well,
And you know why? It's because I forgive all of you for letting me die. And that's like what a good person would do. So it's like...
right. That's why we let you die, because we knew you would understand, right? No?
Nobody let anyone die.
It's really fucked up. Man.
I take issue with that framing of the situation. We did our best. No one let anyone die.
I rescind my apology to Janni Innaj. I think he would have let me die on purpose.
What?
Patty Zelf, I know that you let me die on accident because you were too involved with your own things. And I forgive you for that. It's totally fine. I'm a good person. Clean slate. Clean slate across the board. See, I don't think I'm like right for Ebnir.
The way that you took back and then sectioned off and made it so that the statement then only applied to me. Good legalese, Astra. I'm just saying, maybe law becomes you. Maybe having a rule structure is just what you need to play off of and become truly powerful.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it just doesn't seem like a better fit.
If that were true, wouldn't he be standing where you are?
Well, he's still alive is the problem. So I think maybe...
I could just kill you right here, and then boom, you'd be in the running.
Oh, God.
Oh, I know you would.
I'd do it for you.
But would that put me in the running?
Well, if you want it. I think Astra wants it. She just won't admit it to us. I don't know what it is about you two, but...
Well, hey, listen, don't get me wrong. I would love to have power over water and law, I guess.
And jellyfish.
Yeah, jellyfish.
Oh, queen of the jellyfish. That does sound enticing. Now, just like I said, though, think carefully. Think carefully.
I don't even think it's not even going to come up. I'm not going to be a good candidate, so it's totally fine.
If we let somebody else take Ebnir's seat moving forward, whether that be Windhorn or his ilk that really stacks the seats against us, it means that somebody depraved and psychotic is going to be a demigod. But if one of us can take the seat, and we just have to contend with whatever power and intellect comes our way through Ebnir.
And influence. Don't forget the influence. What happens if it makes me evil?
What does that mean? Really, right? It's just like we were talking on the road. We always have these philosophical questions. You're being offered power and you're worried about the morality of it, but have you ever seen power wielded properly? What's your model for that? If you don't have a good example, why shouldn't you figure it out for yourself then?
Astra looks at Patty, both literally and metaphorically, because I think Patty is like her only example for how demigod power has been wielded that she's seen on a regular basis. I mean, she's obviously hung out with Molney and stuff.
He's a chill dude.
But he comes from a chill domain. So
That's true. That's true.
I mean, let's just do the case and we'll see how it turns out.
Yeah, you got to get through the interview process before they'll make you an offer.
Yeah, before I know even what the offer is, there's no real point stressing about whether or not I will get it.
Yeah, it might not be in your salary range. I mean...
Yeah, what are the benefits?
That's right.
And if I don't, if I'll be dead.
Just imagine this is something I like to do whenever I am having trouble deciding if it's something I want or not.
Yeah.
I imagine if there's somebody I really didn't like might get it instead of me.
That's right. If one of us takes it, then at least somebody responsible has the power and we can help each other through whatever happens. And if you're about to negotiate a working contract with one of the 9 gods, we can make sure it's a good one, hopefully.
And you've got all that experience with print and writing.
But this demigod has experience with the law because he's the god of it. So I don't know. Okay, no, I'm gonna go through with the case. I just don't want to be dead yet. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. All right. Okay, I'm ready. Okay.
Flo, who's been giving you some space, will step up and kind of go over how the trial process will work. They'll explain, the first thing that we'll do is we'll start with discovery. You're going to get a list of the DA's witnesses and evidence. The DA, that's the devil attorney. They're going to be representing the interests of Ebnir.
Oh my god.
And then we'll hear opening statements.
Not the devil's advocate. Devil's attorney.
No.
Yeah.
The prosecution will present their evidence. You'll have a chance for cross-examination if you'd like. And then it'll be your turn to present your evidence, any witnesses that you'd like. Whoever you want as a witness, we'll send them a summons. By that, I mean, of course, we'll use summoning magic to get them to this plane.
I love it.
Anyone currently alive within the zeitgeist will get here. And of course, anyone dead whose soul is damned to eternity of the plane of Ebnir, we can get them too.
Huh.
After that, we'll have closing statements, and then a verdict will be placed upon you. You'll either become a demigod, or you'll be dead forever.
Astra, if you're going to be either a demigod or dead at the end, I feel like we got to really make an effort here.
Hold on, Flo. When you say dead forever, you just mean until time loops, right?
Oh, of course, yes. What you guys consider living, of course, in the zeitgeist, I forget sometimes. Yeah, you'll be reset and you'll be alive again in the zeitgeist after.
And what if one of us here was to die, namely myself? Could I have my own trial?
Wow. See, this is okay. This is exactly what I was talking about.
Listen, Astra, I've got a bit of a competitive streak.
Wow. Wait, so do you want to be the demigod of Ebnir?
Well, rather than answering, Self is going to arch an eyebrow at Flo to see what he says.
Well, you would have to ideally die back in Ebnir's temple, or have your dead body taken to Ebnir's temple so that you can use the waypoint and start the ascension process in the right way. And kind of doing it here is sort of a shortcut. And they don't really appreciate that in the headwaters. Things have to go in a certain order.
There you go. The odds would be stacked against me. No, Astra, I think this gamble we've taken has been a kind of controlled chaos. And this freak event that led you here isn't one we can repeat.
That wasn't a yes or a no to whether you wanted to become the demigod of Ebnir. Somebody's talking around the issue again. It's okay. I've already made up my mind.
Not particularly, but I think one of the good friends here needs to take ownership of it.
I mean, I don't want anyone else to have it. That's true. No, I'm going to become the demigod of Ebnir. Maybe. You'll have to find some other god to fit your whole deal. We have a player's guide document that has context on a lot of world building stuff, including the Pantheon. The lawful evil god Ebnir, god of the frozen depths, their domains are death, evil, law, magic, and water. So 1 out of 5 fits Astra.
Super fun. Super fun.
You don't have to pick all of them. You could pick just not evil.
The subdomains are arcane, fear, ice, slavery, tyranny, and the undead. So super cool. Cool vibes across the board. The favorite animal is jellyfish, which is awesome. And favorite weapon is trident, which is very cool. Ebnir is most often depicted as a giant undead creature made primarily of water, his horrendous face rising from the ocean in a whirlpool with his trident, lament.
Oh, God.
Brutal.
Favorite god of evil spellcasters, pirates, slavers, and necromancers. So...
I mean, pirates are fun. We learned that. We had fun with pirates.
Oh, wow.
She could become a pirate queen. That's cool and sexy.
Oh, that would be cool and sexy. Yeah. Well, we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see. I'm not banking on Astra ending up a cool and sexy route as far as how things are going.
Not her arc.
No.
As the trial goes on, you will be judged by a jury of your peers. They will all get a vote. You don't need to win over all of them, just a majority. Though, on a meta note, the more jurors that you can get to come around, the greater mythic ranks Astra will ultimately receive.
Ooh,
That is
shit.
incredible.
Oh,
Come
I
on.
love this.
This is the best ever.
That's thrilling. Okay.
Astra, I think now's the moment to throw away any doubts you have. I'll just provide some words of wisdom from Mjolnir. Our 2 icons are fire for cooking and knives for cutting. Both of those are emblems of destruction, right? You can do great evil with them, but through proper application, knowledge and skill, they become tools of joy. No one's happier than after they've eaten a home-cooked meal, yes?
Yes.
I think it's the same thing here. You're going to take Ebnir's power and do whatever you want with it.
I don't know, Zelf. I'm worried.
I'm worried too, Astra. I'm worried about all of this, but I think we've got to find our way through. And you have your friends to help you, your demigod friends. Patty is the demigoddess of liberation, freedom.
That's right. I've also watched a lot of courtroom dramas, so I feel very qualified to help you.
And she was in court.
Oh, yeah, that also. That was not as fun as the courtroom dramas. It was actually really boring, so I didn't pay attention to a lot of it, but I'm sure we can figure it out.
Okay, yeah, this will be fine. I've got a strong sense of self. I've got a strong inner core. I can't just be swayed by evil. And, the more power we have, the more we'll be able to impose our will on the world. And our will is good. We've got a good will. We're doing good things. So the more power we have, the better the world will be. Hashtag girl dictator.
Astra, since I've met you, you have had one of the most confusing senses of logic and of up and down and right and wrong that I have ever met.
What?
So I think your personal fae-touched kind of streak might be stronger than the god of law.
I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you're talking about.
Right, exactly. You're just so convinced.
I feel like you're being mean, but I don't understand how.
I rest my case.
Well, don't rest my case. It's time for me to go to court. I'm ready. I've got this. I want power, Justin.
Power.
Give her power.
Jenna sounds a lot more convinced than Astra was.
Yes.
I
I want this.
Flo leads the group of you into a large domed courtroom. It's kind of like being in the underside of a jellyfish, the way that it is carved into this stone.
Amazing.
I want you all to imagine, dear listeners, being on the underside of a jellyfish.
Oh, it sounds fun. Like it being in a car wash.
Yeah.
Flo hands you each a list of the prosecution's witnesses and their list of evidence. In the courtroom, you can see the DA is already here. She is a contract devil.
Oh, no. Is that what I am as a person?
New job title dropped, Caitlin.
Oh, my God. I'm putting that in my email signature immediately.
She has blue, scaly skin and long horns, and she has a pointed goatee. She has an impeccable black suit. It is literally sharp. The shoulder pads are bladed, and she is waiting at one desk while you guys are kind of led over to another. Is it a desk, Caitlin? What are they called?
Yeah, it's a desk. Council table.
A council table. Perfect.
Do we have a name for the contract devil?
Her name is just the letter B.
Great.
Fucking
Okay.
love it. Fucking absolutely great.
Perfect.
There is a courtroom bailiff who is a hulking ice golem. Where you would expect the judge to be, Patty and Zelf, who have been to court before. Instead, it is just a large symbol of Ebnir.
Oh, God.
And then on the opposite side of the room, there is the jury box. And inside are 8 individuals who make up the jury, some of whom you recognize and some of whom you may not.
I am so excited to find out
Yes.
who's in the jury box.
So nervous.
Preparing to cry in
Oh,
advance.
God. How many actual play shows have the sheer temerity to kill off one of their player characters? Dare I say the most beloved or at least most beated player character? Not many shows. But then again, there aren't many actual play podcasts out there like Burn Cookbook Party. If you're enjoying the show, there are tons of ways to support us. You can always leave a review on your podcast app. It only takes a minute and it really does help. You can tell a friend about this great weird show you like or post on social media about it. And of course, the most impactful way to support us is to sign up for the Patreon at patreon.com/bcbparty. Not only is that a great and direct way to support us, but you get a bunch of great benefits like exclusive one-shot campaigns, behind-the-scenes images and maps from the game, access to the official Discord, and totally ad-free episodes. Never again will a jury box reveal be delayed from your questing ears. And you can get that all for just $5 a month. That's right! We have one reasonably priced tier and that's it. And $5 a month, you're going to spend that on coffee without even realizing it. Or you could spend that on our show. Give it a try. And if you don't like it, you can always cancel. But at least give it a try at patreon.com/bcbparty.
I recognize one of those. I can never forget.
Oh, God, I'm just thrilled.
There is a couple that you guys will recognize without having to roll. I'll get the one that I think Paul recognizes. Zelf and Astra, you will recognize immediately the sheep lich.
Yes.
Ecstatic about the sheep lich being here.
It is a decomposing ram wearing a tattered black cape. You will also immediately recognize Ansel Farrell. Ansel is sort of hunched over like a gargoyle in this box, his stringy black hair falling over his face. He has the demon wings that he had summoned in the first loop.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
That's interesting.
You also recognize Adrian Mistmorn. She looks exactly like herself.
Great.
Commander Mistmorn. She is sitting prim and proper in the jury box. She is stoic as always, a bit icy, but will give you a legitimate trial, unlike maybe the sheep lich might. You would also recognize High Mage Windhorn, who is, of course,
fuck that
the
guy.
recently deceased judge. He is wearing his red eyeglasses as always. I'm going to also give you Abraham Nevin.
Yes, I suspected that's who that
Nice.
was.
So Abraham Nevin is not two people. He is one person. However, he is merged where he has two completely separate faces
Oh, no.
that kind of swivel between each other. He has one man's body, though, leading up to that point. He is
I
also
love that.
completely
Oh.
expressionless. You know him to be quite a friendly person. However, here he looks a bit dead behind the eyes. I will let you guys roll perception and or history if you have it to recognize the other three.
Justin, I rolled a natural 20 on my history check. That's a 31.
Nice.
Excellent.
I also got a 31 on my perception check.
Wow.
Holy cow.
Okay.
Yeah.
These rules are crazy.
Yeah.
Zelf, with a 31, a natural 20 on your history check, although when you last met her, she looked very different. You recognize the haggard pirate with a noose around her neck sitting in the jury box is the human form of Bashad.
Oh, fuck yes.
shit.
Yeah.
Captain
Hell
Trainer
yeah.
replacement.
That is so good.
Oh my
So
God.
good.
As promised.
Damn.
Patty, with a 31 on your perception check, the other two members on this jury are warped beyond recognition, but you managed to identify them. One of them is Kata Shaw, who is the precog that is on Miss Morn's squad, the
Oh,
pastel
okay.
goth.
Huh.
Over her actual eyes, a flower has bloomed. Do you remember that she always had a flower in her hair, but now it is grown in her face over her eyes, and at the center of the flower is a red eye similar to Bashad's.
Ooh.
Oh, whoa, scary. What a yokai.
The last person doesn't quite hold a physical form. They are in and out like a shadow. And just for a second, you get a glimpse of the face of Glorahan Farrell, although she
Yes.
is purposely
Yeah.
obscuring it from most people's view.
Oh, shit.
Interesting. And she's fading in and out.
What a grim motley.
Some of these I'm like, yeah, I think I could get the sheeplich on my side. I don't know how I'm going to get Windhorn to be like, yeah, I'm glad I'm not going to be Ebnir's demigod. Give it to this chick. Ooh.
Right. Well, it depends on like what the frame for success is, right? You might not have to argue like your innocence or even your value as the demigod. It might be totally crazy world.
Yeah, maybe you just have to like show that you're really good at slavery.
Yeah.
Justin, this is
Yeah.
insane. Conceptually, I don't know how you'd keep doing this.
So the way that this is going to work on more of a meta game level, I'm going to give you guys an opportunity at the start here as part of Discovery to take stock of the jury and try to learn ways that you can influence them. Each of them have a bias for and against something. They each have a strength and a weakness. And then they each have alternative influence checks that you can make to learn more about them or to influence them as the trial continues. When B makes her checks, she will only ever use the profession lawyer skill, and her DC will always be 30. As you guys unlock information about the jurors, you could uncover alternate skills to use with potentially lower DCs, and then you can use these biases and facts as part of your role play to further improve your checks. Does that make sense?
Oh,
This is the
yes.
greatest game I've ever played.
so excited. Oh, I'm going to use so many lawyer words. I can't wait.
So any of the four of you can act as sort of a lawyer. You're all on this team together
Great.
supporting Astra.
Great.
Love it.
Each of the four of you at the start, just before we do anything else, is going to choose one of the jurors and make a sense motive. If you get a 15, then you'll definitely get one thing. If you get higher than a 15, you might get more bits of information that you can choose from.
Can we cast any spells or use any abilities in this plane that can benefit, like improve our skills for these roles?
Absolutely, you can.
Okay.
I will say that you know some of these people. Some of them are quite powerful mages. They may or may not like that you're doing that.
Even if I'm casting it on myself to be more perceptive?
I would say that there is a wide variety of opinions on the jury on you doing that. That's the kind of information that you would learn about from their biases and strengths and such.
Oh, okay. Well, that's true.
So you're going to tell me if I just use this Pearl of Power open book on Windhorn, he's not going to react positively to that?
This might be the perfect time to cast that, though.
Is that jury tampering?
Oh, that's really funny. It is in the most literal way jury tampering.
Yeah.
There is a +4 bonus on this roll if you have a personal connection with this person.
Okay.
So that's really, we're looking at Miss Morn, Glorahan, Ansel, Abraham is really where we're going to be. If you guys want to make an argument for somebody else, I will think about it.
You don't think we have a connection with the sheep lich?
They had a whole interaction with him.
Maybe not a good one. He remembers Self making fun of him and he didn't like it.
So we need to divide these up because we don't want to be doing our initial rolls all on the same person.
Man, yeah.
We should scum first. I'm looking.
I will say my sense motive is not great.
Oh, yeah, same.
As per usual, she's a great liar, but she's so easy to lie to.
Yeah. Janni Innaj can intimidate somebody if we want to go in that route.
Ooh.
Okay.
Jenna, is there anybody that you're particularly uncertain about that maybe one of us could take a shot at? Because my sense motive is decent.
Yeah, Kate is tricky because, we have no connection with her.
Right.
Bashad, I think, is going to be difficult.
Bashad is going to think that no one is worthy of her former position, and she just got killed, so she's going to be pissed off.
Yeah, and Astra's done some stuff, but she has nowhere near as bad as Bashad. So it's a really small fry compared to what a horrible person Bashad was.
True.
Yeah, High Mage Windhorn is, I think, also going to be tricky because, like I said, I do think he is going to be particularly antagonistic towards this whole experience. But part of me is well, maybe we shouldn't even invest all that much in trying to convince him, comparable to some of the people that might be easier. I feel like Glorhan and Ansel, weirdly, I think will see the light of Astra being a demigod of evil. And Abraham and Miss Morn, they're not fully neutral because I think they have some experience with Astra. I think Miss Morn will be able to see it strategically as this is a good choice because,
she fits the criteria. Yeah.
Yeah. Sheeplich, I don't know. Maybe another wild card.
Real wild card.
Sheeplich is just I want to eat souls.
Yeah.
What is he even going to say? He doesn't even have hands.
Maybe we can bribe him. It's good to have friends in high places.
If his weakness is grain, I'm going to laugh so hard.
That would be pretty incredible, actually. That would be so easy.
His weakness is a nice pasture.
Yeah. Aw.
Oh, no.
What?
These 7 people, aside from Bashad, are all the people that were in Stiff Peaks' book.
Were they?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Is that why you were quiet? You were looking that up, Paul?
Yes, I was looking at the highly euphemistic description of all the people for Ebnir.
All coming full circle.
So which one's Astra?
Oh, she wasn't in there. She's never been the demigod before.
Ooh. Okay, so it's my chance to shine.
There's an angle.
Yeah.
A fresh new face.
All of these other people had their chance and they fucked it in one way or another. So it's time for a new star, Astra, to shine. Okay. All right. I'm ready to run for office, I guess.
Yeah, you've got a great slogan. Is the implication if somebody contracts to Ebnir's power, then their soul becomes permanently tied to his plane into perpetuity?
I think that is something that you would know for sure, as evidenced by Janni Innaj.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
So death isn't enough to clean you of your soul
Nope.
of Ebnir.
Nope.
No, I'm guaranteed to go to hell.
Oh my God. Wet hell. The worst hell.
Yeah.
Slightly damp bureaucracy. Oh, that's awful.
Oh my
Man.
God. That's so tragic.
So Paul has a decent sense motive.
Yeah.
Patty has a decent sense motive. So those
Great.
are probably our two kind of... what about Janni Innaj? I feel like that might be something he's good at.
No, he's not.
No.
So funny.
It doesn't matter to him, yeah.
I love that, actually. I love that both Astra and Janni Innaj are just
Yeah. Why do we need to know if somebody is lying to us or not?
It's not going to change how I behave. So
Yeah, exactly.
God. Justin, I've got something. One of my 3rd level spells is Heroism. Can self-cast that on Astra?
Certainly.
Ooh.
You can do whatever you want. It just may or may not go well with the jury.
Yeah, who knows how they'll react to it.
There may be a consequence.
Yeah.
Listen, an important ritual in Mjolnir is that of the last meal, and this might be yours.
Well, come on. I'm already dead, so what are you saying?
That's not very encouraging, Zelf.
Oh, well then this is your bonus round. And he'll give her a magic meal.
Oh, great. What is it?
Mhm.
Something horrible like the cooked heart steak of a magical creature.
Yeah.
Oh.
For the next 70 minutes, you get a +2 bonus on attack rolls, saving throws, and skill checks.
Damn.
Very nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll eat the heart.
Gross.
I think we should start with somebody we think is going to be easy.
Okay.
Easy or neutral. So maybe Kata.
I feel like Kata is a good one. Like,
Okay.
we don't have any context for Kata, but it's not the end of the world if we're unsuccessful.
All right.
Yeah.
I have a +10 sense motive that I can add inspiration to for a +D6 on that. Shall I start?
Go for it.
Go for it.
Do it.
All right, Zelf, your witness.
32.
Ooh.
Awesome.
Okay. A good start.
Paul, under Kata, there are 7 things to choose from, and you can choose 4.
Oof.
She has a bias towards something. She has a bias against something. She has a strength. She has a weakness. And then there are 3 brackets of alternative influence checks. A DC 15 one, 3 DC 20s that you'll get all together, or a DC 25 one.
Ooh.
Okay. I think the bias for and against is going to be important. And yeah, and then I want the 2 highest. So the 3 DC 20 and then the 25.
You could roll heal, knowledge, nature, or survival at a DC 20,
Excellent.
or you could roll diplomacy at a DC 25.
Hey.
Okay, I see how that works.
And then you took the biases. Is that what you wanted, Paul?
Yeah, I feel like biases are going to be what Astra is able to manipulate the most. So
Gardener's Ball. How sweet.
She is from the town of Swanspell, which is all about flowers. So anything that is
Aw.
about gardening, druids, plant lovers, plant species. She has a bias for anything like that. It'll give you a bonus if you can work in something that makes Astra seem like she is a plant lover. She has a bias against people who are seemingly acting against their fate. So Kata is a precog. She believes that things happen for a reason and you can't get around that. Anybody who is acting against something that should be their fate, she does not care for.
lovely.
I have 6 points in knowledge nature and 11 points in diplomacy. So even though the diplomacy check is higher, it might be a better bet.
Yeah, tough call. Yeah. Now that we've done it, I'm starting to wonder if the DC 15 would have been smarter because it would have showed you the easiest roll to make.
I think for Kata, that was a good choice. I think for some of the other ones, we might want to aim lower.
Aim a little lower.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm curious how the strengths and weaknesses factor because, I mean, how would they affect your case more than the biases? I don't know.
Well, then maybe the next one we should check out their strengths and weaknesses. So we get 3 more of these people. Who else do we want to target?
I feel like we got to do the sheep lich. I mean,
we've got to do
it's a total wild card.
Caitlin, you are so right. You are so right. I think we should do the sheep lich. I would lean towards also Glorhan.
Yeah.
Because we just have the most experience with her.
I'm also thinking if there's somebody that you think is going to be the most against Astra, then maybe identifying their weaknesses in advance.
I think that's got to be Windhorn.
Yeah, or potentially either Pharrell. If I'm honest, it could be.
Right. Which is why picking Glorian's a good one.
Yeah. I would lean towards Bishad because that's really another blank slate.
All right. Bishad, Glorian, and Sheeplich is such a funny choice.
Oh, I love it.
I think Astra should roll for the Sheeplich.
Yes.
I don't feel great about her chances. So if we miss the Sheeplich, then that's fate, you know? I got a 13 plus 2 for the heroism for a 15.
Awesome. So you can get one piece of information about the sheeplich. What would you like?
This is tricky because I just want to know more about the Sheeplich's deal.
I know. I'm like, can we all just learn everything about the sheep lich? My practical brain is saying maybe the DC 15 alternative.
Yeah.
Because that just gives us a straight up whole nother option without needing a lot of context and knowledge about the sheep lich. But that's just my thought.
I was leaning towards that too, Caitlin. Boys, you have any thoughts?
I would love to see what his strengths and weaknesses are, but the DC 15 influence feels like a smart. If you only get one, like that feels
exactly.
like Exactly. I think that's fair.
Justin, will you show us his strength and weaknesses after?
Yeah.
Yes, if you don't unlock it, I'll show you.
Okay,
You're going
cool.
DC 15?
Yes.
It is ride.
Oh, come on, Justin.
No armor check penalty
Ride,
for
okay.
those of you in heavy armor.
Okay, fucking.
I rode a sheep as a child, so
Oh my
if that
God.
check needs made, it's going to be
Oh
me.
my
I
God.
competed in mutton busting at the rodeo. Thank you very
Mutton
much.
busting.
Holy shit,
Oh,
Caitlin.
Hell
man.
yeah.
Caitlin the Mutton Buster.
Holy
what
shit.
a legend.
With this information, I'm going to guess that probably one of his level 20 skills is handle animal, if I had
It's
to
gotta
guess.
be.
Right?
It's gotta be.
Adorable.
And maybe like a knowledge nature.
Feeding him hay.
Aw,
Oh, yeah, like knowledge religion because he's the lich. I don't know.
Yeah, his
Okay.
wool is all tangled and it pisses him off.
He needs a brush.
Aw,
nice
He needs
brushing.
brush.
He needs to be shorn. Andrew, do you feel strongly about Glorhan or Bashad?
Personally, I feel like Glorhan might be more biased against Astra than Bashad. Like, just kind of feels
Yeah.
like
Same.
Glorhan and Ansel have kind of antagonistic vibes against Astra this loop. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious about human form Bashad and her whole deal in life.
Maybe Patty on Glorhan and Johnny on Bashad. Is that what you're saying?
That feels right.
All right.
Roll good, Andrew.
I'm gonna roll.
Yeah.
Rolling big, rolling high. Oh, yeah.
Whoa!
It
You
rolled
did
nice.
it!
18 for a
Look
17.
at that.
Okay, well.
True Johnny behavior. Yeah.
One can't conceive of people lying to him. The other one doesn't care.
Oh, funny.
Spectacular.
Well, we get one.
I don't DC 15. I bet it's sailing.
Yeah, it's safe.
You called it. It's profession
Yeah.
sailing.
Profession
Sailor.
sailor.
Nailed
Okay,
it.
okay.
Oh, Patty.
shit.
Hit it off with that
Yes.
pirate queen.
Just got to talk about knots.
Yeah.
Talk about sails.
I see you have a pirate hat. I also have a nautical hat.
Oh,
Captain
yes.
to captain. Demigod to
Oh my God.
demigod.
Would you
Yes.
like to try it on?
Captain to captain.
Just a couple pirate girls. Girl to girl.
Incredible. Okay.
All right, guys. So then I'm doing Glorhan, right?
Do
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
All right. I got no bonuses. Let's see what I can do. I have a +9.
You'll get a +4 on top of it for knowing Glorhan well.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
Whoa.
natural 20.
Whatever.
We got it.
Damn.
No problem. No problem. Patty
Clutch.
thrives in the courtroom.
Patty, that is 4 items. What would you like?
Okay, I want a weakness. Definitely one of the you think the DC 15?
I feel like the 20 gives you options.
yeah.
Okay. Weakness, the DC 20, and okay, let's do bias 4 and bias against then.
Nice.
All right. Your 3
Praise.
DC 20s
Bluff.
are appraise, bluff, and perception.
Nice.
Clutch.
She has a bias for people with high intelligence or demonstrations of intelligence.
Okay.
She has a bias against non-casters, people who cannot cast magic.
Wow.
Come on.
Wow.
That's good
Come on,
for Astra.
Glorhan.
Astra's an academic and she's a spellcaster. So
I see that these are very pure representations of these individuals.
Right.
They're biased against, that's just it.
We should have gotten the bias for and against for the sheep lich. I have regrets.
that fatal and snob Glorhan.
The other thing, Patty, I'm going to kind of contextualize this. As you are watching her, you also had a great perception check. You can see that Glorhan, although she looks physically like herself whenever she is visible to you, there is a change in her demeanor. She seems a bit more calculated, a bit more serious. You remember her competitive streak.
Mhm.
You know that Glorhan is looking for a candidate that she does not see as a threat to her chances of becoming the active demigod again in the future.
Fucking
Ooh.
funny.
She's going to be swayed by pledges of loyalty, both direct or indirect. She requires a candidate who is a caster, but she prefers one that is a
Ooh.
lower level than her. She prefers a candidate who will represent the domains of magic or arcane and law slavery.
Damn.
Oh, man. Okay, see, these are the good stuff. These are the
Yeah,
juicy
These are
options.
juicy.
This is useful.
So
Oh.
Glorahan wants someone that's like her, but not as good as her. Got
Yes!
it.
So funny, Justin. Oh my God. Okay.
I'm like, okay, let's think of situations where Astra failed at casting a magic spell.
Do we know what level Glorahan is?
I will say that as a demigod, that this version of Glorahan, as of now, she's not threatened by level 7 Astra.
Good. Okay, great.
Okay.
She should be.
Oh,
Quiet.
add
Save it for later.
hubris to one of her weaknesses.
Save it for when we win. Oh, yeah, right.
We can't have 2 team members with hubris.
No.
No.
All of you, all 4 of you have
God.
hubris.
All right. So Glorahan's looking like a pretty, I'm not going to say an easy target, but we got some avenues for Glorahan.
Yeah.
It is now time for opening statements. So you see B, the DA, stand and approach the panel of the jury, and she begins to speak. She says, Clytemnestra Blep is a woman of many talents.
Mm-hmm.
She's a writer, a fortune teller, a local hero, a court arbiter, a construction worker, a ship's bosun. Recently, she was a celebrity agent in Neptus, except she's not actually any of those things. The singular talent that Clytemnestra Blep has is lying.
Oh, well, come on.
Now, you might think that this sounds like a woman who has natural capacity for evil then, but does she have it within her to represent law, to follow law, to enforce law? Over the course of this trial, I will be proving to all of you that she without question does not.
Boo.
And that despite her penchant for rule breaking and manipulation, she may in fact have caused more good in Irisol than bad. What? At the risk of the court of Ebnir finding itself in its own Algalash quandary, I will be arguing that under no circumstances should Clytemnestra Blep be revived with divine power, and instead we should honor the god of the sea by making permanent her death by drowning.
Oh, that's a real
embarrassment. God.
Real embarrassment.
So this is really a trial for being a good Ebnir demigod. That's so funny.
It's
Yeah,
really
it's like-
funny.
It's like a mascot contest. Yeah.
Yeah.
She could end up being good. That would ruin our rep.
Yeah.
Ruin our rep.
The idea, Justin, goddammit. You see, you put us in a position
know.
where Astra has to argue that she's villainous. Every thread of her being is in denial about all of this.
We literally have to be like, remember when she was a vampire and how mean she
Yeah.
was?
Yeah, she's totally going to eat that child. Yeah.
So I'm going to roll for B now, her profession lawyer check. She will never get to use any of the alternate skills that you guys have unlocked or will unlock. She can potentially benefit from biases and strengths and weaknesses if you guys do not address them in your cross-examination. So she has rolled a 23 for her check against DC 30, so a total of -7.
Whoa.
And now you guys have an opportunity to speak and make a roll that you feel matches the opening statement that you're going to give to counter hers. You can use any skill that you want. It doesn't have to be one of the ones that you revealed, but your DC will also be 30 for any jury member that is not specifically influenced by the skill that you chose.
Okay, so like if we know that we want to influence Glorahan with like bluff, then one of us who has a high bluff can make that case and then make that skill check.
Right.
Yes. And I will also say, if you think the sheep lich has handle animal and you make a handle animal check, if you're right, I won't tell you. You'll still influence them.
Oh,
Okay,
Justin.
okay,
Oh,
okay.
Justin.
Justin. Okay. I think the opening statement should not be done by Astra because I think she will. Her instinct is to argue that she is a good person, which in a way proves the evil point, but which I do think would undercut our grander scheme. So do any of you feel like you could make a good case for Astra being... Well, because, yeah, B's argument was about the lawful nature, and maybe that is a stance Astra can take.
I feel like Patty could make an evil argument. I'm just like thinking back to Astra being in a cage and Patty watching her try to kill literally everyone in front of her as Patty ran for her life.
Yeah.
I think Patty starting is extremely strong. What is Patty's diplomacy? Because we know that that's one of Kata's.
Yes.
And it's high, but maybe she can still make it.
She has a +6 on diplomacy.
Or maybe could make perception for Glorahan, which is a 20.
Kata also has survival. And I have a +12 on survival.
Hot damn, Caitlin.
Oh, that's awesome.
Justin, one clarifying question.
Mhm.
How many successes do we need against the jurors to convince them? Is this going to be a waxing waning thing, or once we have them, do we have them?
It'll be a waxing waning thing. So if you guys do really well and you convince Kata, but then she puts Bovel Flask Forge on the stand and does an amazing job, just decimates you. If she hits everything Kata's looking for, she could flip Kata.
Okay.
And vice versa.
I absolutely love that.
Since we have more information for Glorhan, I don't think we should focus on her quite yet. So maybe focusing on Kata would be a better option.
I think that makes sense.
I think if you can make an argument with survival, I think that's solid.
I think I could figure it out. So this would be Patty's opening statement that she's making to the jury as a whole, but with an eye specifically to influencing Kata.
Great.
Patty's going to, what's her lawyer outfit look like? It's not a suit because she doesn't want to dress the same as B. I think that Patty's going to put on a full-on, barrister robe, but maybe a pink one.
With no pants.
Wild.
No pants, though. It's cropped. It's like a mini, oh my God, it's a mini dress. It's a mini dress barrister robe with the little wig. She looks fucking adorable.
Incredible. So cute. Yes.
Maybe a pair of little glasses that she'll take off, to make a point. And she'll say, ladies and gentlemen and sheep and demigods and other things of the jury, may it please the court. My name is Patty Hertz and I am here today on behalf of this woman, Astra Blep. This evil, twisted, lawful, magic-using, slavery-loving woman, Astra Blep. When I look at Astra Blep, all I can think of is the time that she stormed through the great mountains, killing everyone in her path as an evil vampire. I was terrified of her. I did, in fact, feel fear. Yet another important domain that will be discussed today.
Mm-hmm.
I had to use every drop of my survival abilities to escape from her merciless rampage of death, of evil, of vampirism. Undead, I might add. Ladies and gentlemen and sheeps, the evidence will show that Astra Blep is not only a qualified candidate to be the demigod of Ebnir, but the ideal candidate. I look forward to the opportunity to speak with you all today and help you know Astra Blep the way that I know Astra Blep, as the most lawful evil woman in the world.
Strong.
And then I'm going to make a survival check.
Oh, God.
Watch me
come
whip
on.
this roll.
God.
Oh, and it's a natural 20 again. That's
Whoa.
a 32.
Goodness.
I can't believe that worked. For anyone other than Patty Hertz, that would have been crazy.
Patty is in her element. She should have gone to law school. Really, she should have.
Yeah.
She might still. After this is all said and done, Patty might go to law school.
Oh, that's exciting for Patty.
You can see B shift in her chair. She definitely underestimated who was going to be coming in and arguing for Astra. You have rolled better than her for this first opening statement section. You guys can choose one of you to roll again to try and get more information about a juror.
Probably Zelf, I would say. He's
think
got the
probably
most
Zelf.
oomph
The
on.
investigator? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. My inspiration roll alone really adds to that. So, but who do we want to go after?
Maybe Miss Morn or Winhorn.
Parents. Yeah.
Parents.
Yeah.
Mom and dad. Yeah.
Miss Morn has been such a presence throughout the entire show that I would love to learn a little bit more about her here.
Yeah.
And I am going to use inspiration on that. It's going to be a 28, Justin.
Awesome. And you get your +4 for
Incredible.
knowing Miss Morn.
Oh, it's a 32.
Clutch.
Holy cow.
4 items.
Nice.
Love
nice.
it.
Yes.
Should we do
okay.
strength and weakness since those are so lush?
Yeah.
Yeah, those had a lot of information in them.
And then I think the DC 20, and then I
Yeah.
think the bias toward.
Okay.
DC 20s are craft alchemy, spellcraft, use magic device.
Lovely.
She's biased towards spellcasters who have patrons or a similar type of thing. So witches, oracles.
I wonder if we know one of those.
Miss Morn is especially talented at identifying lies, and anyone who attempts to directly bluff her is taking a -4 penalty on that roll.
No lying, Astra.
That doesn't sound familiar to any scenes in this podcast.
Adrian Miss Morn is swayed by someone who can employ lateral thinking and perform outside-of-the-box feats of magic. She requires a candidate who is non-evil, and she prefers one who would represent the domains of magic or water/ice.
Oh, this feels like a shoe-in.
All these people want me to rep magic. There's so many cooler domains.
Wow.
Like tyranny and slavery.
No, I mean, no, you're right.
Like tridents to eat of the pasta.
Yeah.
Mealdor subcult of pasta.
Okay, I've got a +8 to spellcraft, so that's a strong option for Mist Morn.
Hey, good round, Caitlin. That was a good one.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Excellent. Excellent.
The next stage of this trial begins, and B stands and says, "The prosecution calls Bly Bloom." And the courtroom doors open, and Bly enters wearing her most professional cravat. It trails behind her. She looks nervous as she takes the stand.
I mean, I'm sure Bly's going to have some bad things to say about Astra.
No. No. Thank you for listening, and a special thank you to our Patreon subscribers who are supporting independent media in the most direct and sustainable way possible. You enable us to do things like pay our excellent editor, Akshay Balakrishnan. Akshay, thank you so much for your work, and thank you for that extremely good musical cue that I ended this episode on. Our DFTBA merch store is at bit.ly/JennaMerch, all lowercase, or find a link in the show notes. As always, you can find us on Blue Sky at BCB Party, on Tumblr at BCB Party, or email us at burntcookbookparty@gmail.com. Burnt Cookbook Party is Andrew Hansen as Janni Innaj, Caitlin Stayduhar as Patty Hertz, Paul Luetkemeyer as Zelf, me, Jenna Stoeber as Astra Blep, and Justin Green as GM and World Builder. This episode was edited for content by Justin Green and edited for sound by Akshay Balakrishnan, who also provided that musical cue at the end of the episode. Produced by me, Jenna Stoeber.